Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Christian back again with another video, man. And honestly, man, today's workout was really nice. You feel me? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty exhausted. Like I pushed myself pretty hard today. Um, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a mukbang. I actually meal prepped for this. I had this whole thing kind of planned, honestly, when I was working and stuff. Like, you know I wasn't really sure if I was gonna record, but I started to kind of feel like a sense of like, okay, with things in my life coming up, I feel like the weekends is gonna be kind of my time for me to probably upload. And I was kind of thinking, do I want to record like um my kind of pre-workout ritual, and then a little bit of training, and then a little bit of like a post-workout kind of spiel. But the thing is I don't have any editing software to actually like combine clips, and so I can only record at the moment, like just like one take type of thing. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I won't be able to show you guys like what I do pre-workout and the whole mindset shift and turning the shadow on and switching over and stuff like that, because honestly, like, for me, the whole pre-workout kind of time and warming up and everything like that and switching into that kind of gear is a whole kind of thing, you feel me? And it's an important thing, to be honest, to do, because outside of the gym I'm a completely different person. And I know that sounds corny for some of y'all, but like, I'm truly being honest. Like, in the gym it's kind of like, I don't know, it just awakens, um I guess, repressed and suppressed. Not really repressed, because it's not like you're unlocking childhood memories kind of thing. I mean, maybe it could for some people, but it's more like suppressed throughout your day. You feel me? Like, throughout your day, there might be things that at the moment you don't really feel, or you're kind of neutral about, but then it's like when you step foot in the gym and you switch over, like it comes up. You feel me? It's like you let out that pent up emotion type of thing. Like, this lift here, I was feeling everything. I was laughing, I was tearing up, I was getting angry. I was just having all kinds of emotion going on compared to yesterday's lift. With, like I said yesterday, it wasn't a bad lift necessarily, but today's definitely, honestly, was better. Today was better. But anyways, enough of the yapping, bro. Like, you've been talking like too much. This might be a longer video, probably like to do 20-30 minutes or so. Um, but yeah, in terms of what I meal prep, man, I just got me something basic. You feel me? All these maple French toast bagels, man. Um, a quick 100 carbs, 500 calories. Yes, I count my macros. I'm a macros coper, man. Like, I'm not one of those people that I used to be kind of more like flowing with my macros, and to an extent I kind of have been in August compared to July. In July I was very like, to the dot, like making sure I counted every single thing. August, because I didn't really gain any weight post cut, I kind of like have now started to not really count some things. Like, for example, if I'm like having honey or ketchup or something like that on my food, I won't measure that food. But everything else, I try to pretty much measure it. Like, I would say 90% of my food is weighed and whatnot, and calculated, and then the other 10% might be not. So I'm like maybe 100 to 300 calories within what I actually count, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does, but anyways, I know this kind of looks like slop. You feel me? Hold up, let me actually show you. As you can see, it kind of looks like slop, man. The bodybuilding slop, like honestly, I'm one of those guys, man. I'm the type where I'm just throwing like a bunch of things, you feel me? And I feel like that's what cutting kind of showed me. Cutting showed me that you can throw cucumbers, whey protein, salt, ketchup, chicken, um, and all kinds of stuff, you feel me? Like when you get deep into a cut and naturally you're more of like a guy that likes to eat a lot, you'll start to just kind of throw whatever just so you can taste and feel something. Like you're throwing Splendas, salt, sugar-free X, Y, and Z, Diet Cokes on your chicken, stuff like that. And so I've kind of retained that into this maintenance kind of period. Slash, I don't want to say I'm like bulking. Like the past week or two, I low-key have been feeling kind of like I'm bulking, but I still kind of intuitively pull back when I start to feel like I'm maybe pushing things a little too crazy. But I will say this last week I have been eating a lot more, I think. At least I think so. Like weighing it out and stuff like that. Like I've been probably consistently eating like 3 to 4K even on days that I haven't been training. And back then normally uh during this maintenance period I've kind of been doing more like 3 to 4K on training days and maybe 4.5K if it's really a crazy training day, and then like on a rest day I'll do like 2,000, maybe 2,500. And then this week I kind of was more like doing 3 to 4K every single day kind of thing. Some days even 5K, I believe. But anyways, let's get into it. This is if you want to be exact, man, this is pretty much 188 grams of cooked chicken, 100 grams of oatmeal, 50 grams of whey, but I guess if you count the whey, it's 30 grams of protein, and then a little bit of cucumbers. You can't really see the cucumbers, but yeah. And then for this, you feel me? It's 500 calories, like I said, 100-ish carbs. Let's not get too technical about this joint, and let's just enjoy the food, bro. Nobody cares about your damn macros. Anyways, what do I want to talk about today? You feel me? Today I want to talk about low key. This has kind of been on my mind. You feel me? I've kind of felt this sense of I want to talk mental kind of health. I want to talk the struggles of just dealing with life and stuff like that. And kind of something that reminded me of it was today, me and my brother, you know, we had pulled up to McDonald's, man. Um, we had pulled up, and my fault is like the chewing and whatnot. It's annoying, but bear with me, man. So we had pulled up to McDonald's, right? And you know, we were just there. You feel me? Chilling, waiting for work. We had gotten a large Coke. But come on, hold on. Low power mode, bro. So I gotta hurry up with this video, man. I don't want it to shut down. Um, but we had pulled up to McDonald's, man, and we had gotten a large Coke and whatnot, right? And when we were outside and stuff, we were talking about, you know, just daily things. You feel me? Life, uh, Tokyo Gold, because I had finished Volume 10 and stuff. Christopher was talking about Chainsaw Man. Um, you feel me? Just kind of yapping about life and just enjoying the vibes. You feel me? It was a nice day. And then behind Christopher, there's a person that, you know, seems to be nodding out and stuff like that. Now, at the time, I thought she was just bent over type of thing. And I wasn't going to stare because I wasn't trying to have people be like, yo, why are you staring at a woman like bent over kind of thing. I'm just not really that type of guy, you feel me? I'm not the type of guy to be like, you know, getting like a quick sneak peek. If anything, I'm the opposite. Like, typically, you know, if I'm seeing some, if I catch some kind of thing that's a little bit, you know, I don't know, like too much for my eyes type vibes, like I'll honestly close them. That's just the type of guy I am, you feel me? I don't like to, I guess, expose my eyes to that kind of thing. I know some of y'all might be like, bro, that's just extra. But honestly, that's just a code that I live by. You feel me? And I've done this for years at this point. You know, it's just one of those things where I don't like to I don't know, I just don't like to stare honestly like that, you feel me? It just feels off. It feels weird. You know, when I was younger, when I was a kid, like I was the type. But as I've gotten older, a lot of the things that I used to be like growing up and being as a teenager have switched completely, right? And so anyways, she's bent over and stuff. She's like nodding and stuff. And then Christopher tells me, yo, is she alright? And I was like, bro, what you mean? And he was like, is she alright? So then I turned to look and I realized, wait a second, bro, like she's nodding and stuff like that. Because at the time, I thought like she was just literally bent over. I couldn't see her face. And then I realized, wait a second, bro, she's like nodding off type of vibes. Like she's on the opiates. I mean, the opioids, sorry. And like, you know, I had seen videos and stuff like that. And, you know, I guess I don't want to speak. I'm not going to say too much, but you know, I just could tell that she was not enough. You feel me? You don't have to ask. You don't have to question this. Like, this was clearly a sign. Like, bro was, you know, on it type vibes. Like, you know, she was not enough, man. Day in bright daylight, it was hot. You know, in front of the McDonald's, and I was like, yo, we can't leave her like this type. Me and my brother were like that. We were like, we can't leave her like this. We gotta ask somebody. So we pull up to the McDonald's inside because we were outside enjoying the cokes and stuff. And we go inside and there's this dude that's already talking about her, and he's like, you know, she. All right, I'm gonna kind of say word for word, kind of what he was saying, pretty much. So he was pretty much saying like, and keep in mind, he was eyeing me too. It's like he knew that I pulled up, or that we pulled up, just to get like somebody out there, type of thing. And this honestly pissed me off, man. This genuinely pissed me off. Like I genuinely felt like I was about to crash out because I just realized, man, like people are just some people are just heartless out here. Like you feel me? They got like no compassion type, and I know it's a people see these people as like a junkie, a drug addict. You know, oh she put like a drug in her body, so like she doesn't deserve any kind of love. She doesn't deserve any handouts or nothing like that. But if anything, bro, like you don't know her story. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people have such a stigma to people who use drugs or people who are homeless and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know. It just, the way he was saying it, the way he was eyeing me and stuff, the way he was like saying, you know, she put that shit in her body. Like, hey, why should I take 24 hours? I mean, why out of my 24 hours should I take my time to be worried and concerned about somebody like that? You know, leave her out there. She deserves this type. Like, that's the kind of energy he was giving off. And to me, I just felt like that was just such a cold, you feel me, just a lack of love, you feel me? And if anything, bro, the reason why people even get drug addicted in the first place is stuff like this, you feel me? You go in society and this is how people are being treated. This is how you're gonna be treated if you're a junkie, quote unquote, right? If you use drugs, if you're not out in broad daylight, you're homeless, and this is the only cope you got, bro. They don't give a fuck, and they're gonna literally just be like, you know, leaving you like that, bro. Like they literally are gonna leave you like that. They don't care if you die on the streets, type vibes. And I don't know, man. It just when I heard that and stuff, I just felt sad. I felt sad for humanity. You feel me? Like I was like, bro, like I was expecting to pull up in there and like somebody was gonna be worried, concerned, or something. But like, no, nobody was concerned. We were the only ones concerned, and we looked like the least type of people to be concerned, and nobody was concerned. And then finally, one of the McDonald's workers pulls out, and she kind of like asks her, "Hey, you gotta leave." I'm not really sure exactly what she said, but she seemed to be kind of like hinting that you can't be here, kind of thing. And so the woman snaps out of her nod And it's like she wasn't even nodding in the first place. You feel me? And this is how it is. She's completely lucid. You know, it's like the nod didn't happen type. She wakes up, goes back into conscious, and just gets moving and stuff like that. And that was that type of thing. And just the whole thing kind of made me be like, man, it's kind of tough that it's got to be that way. You feel me? It's tough that it's got to be that way. You know, like back then, I probably would have been the same type where I would have just batted an eye. But I feel like these days, I've gotten older, man. My heart is just grown, and seeing stuff like that is just really saddening. You know, it kind of makes you be like, bruh, where's the love in life, man? You know, people just don't care about you out here. Everybody's out for themselves, bruh. I'm out for myself right now. I'm not just playing. But yeah, man. I mean, I am outside by myself. Like it's like 3 or 4 in the morning at this point. But still, man, it's just sad that life has to be that way. And not everybody's like that, of course. But I guess at a McDonald's, what can you really expect? You feel me? What can you really expect? Um, but going back to the mental health thing, um, the reason why I stayed is because seeing that kind of just reminded me of just like everything and why people get addicted to drugs in the first place, why people would even fall into drug usage and whatnot, and you know just everything like that, and the struggles and whatnot. And then training today kind of reminded me again of like why the gym is such a big part of my life. It's because let me get a little closer. It's because the gym is like one of those things where it pretty much is like getting high. Now, some might say, dude, that's a little extra, you feel me? But let me break it down for you why it's like getting high. First, you take the workie. Now, what is the workie? Well, it's pretty much whatever concoction you want to take. You feel me? This is what's gonna lock you in, you feel me? The carbs, the caffeine, which are just psychoactive, your citrulline, your taurine, all your little vasodilators and whatnot. Yo, it's a bug. Um, then you pop to the dance floor, you feel me? The dance floor is the gym. You're stimming up, you're preening up, you're hydrating, and you finally show up. You start throwing the music on, and you start clanking weights, man. Now, not maybe everybody is like gonna really fall in love with the gym, but if you're like a person that's very emotional and like just manic type, where you're always, geeking out, tweaking out, I feel like the gym and you are just a match, my boy. Because I know for me, the gym has genuinely kept me stable through a lot of times in my life. A lot of times in my life, there was a lot of things going on where mentally outside of the gym, I was cooked, but inside the gym, I was chilling. And if I was tweaking out, then at least I could tweak out in a place that's designed to tweak out. Right? So if I was screaming, if I was crying, if I was grunting, if I was slamming, if I was yanking, if I was throwing, it was fine because I was in the gym, you feel me? Now, there was this one time I remember when we used to train at Planet Fitness a couple years ago. We did get kicked out because we were going too crazy. But other than that, There's only been here in between times where, you know, I've gone kind of warned and stuff like that, but for the most part, I've been able to stay low key, you feel me? It's probably because I come pretty late. Now, I'm sure if I was coming, you know, early and stuff, I would be pretty much done for. But coming early is not really my thing, you know? So I don't do that. But anyways, man, this video is getting kind of long and stuff, so I'm gonna have to cut it, honestly. I'm sorry, my batteries are running low. I wish I could actually record longer, but I can't. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, man. We didn't really finish the food completely, but it was half the food and stuff like that. That's really all I wanted to say. It was a back day and stuff, pull day with a little bit of shoulders and whatnot. And then tomorrow probably will be a push day with some like biceps, triceps, something like that. It was a good lift, like I said, and you know, I just wanted to spiel that little thing that happened today. You feel me? And you know, just kind of say that, like, you know, people should be a little bit more compassionate up in this joint, man. You know, you never really know what somebody's going through, type of vibes, and I don't know. Seeing that kind of stuff just triggers me, type of thing, because it's like, what if that was me, you know? Anyways, that was the video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed, and take care. You feel me? Cheers.